Mo was my cousin, so I guess he was forced into my life.
As his younger sister, I did grow up in what I like to affectionately refer to as the Mo shadow. This is not a negative thing, it's definitely something positive.
Mo and I met in law school, and I think I'm probably one of the first friends back in 1991.
I met Mo in 1993 at Northeastern Law School. I first got to know Mo on the basketball court, not in the classroom.
I first met Senator Cowan when I was in college, and Mo was then a very young, thinner junior associate at a law firm here in Boston.
Mo was the general counsel to Governor Patrick starting in 2009 when I was the chief of staff to Lieutenant Governor Murray.
I've known Mo for many, many years, and I had the great honor of appointing Mo to serve Massachusetts as the interim United States Senator.
I first got to know Mo about 10 years ago. He was our outside counsel on a few pieces of high-profile, high-stakes litigation for us.
And the first time that I really got to know Mo was when I asked him to join me for what I thought was going to be a private breakfast. And every time I got a sentence out, somebody else stopped by and said, "Senator, good morning, Senator." And I quickly came to appreciate you pretty much have to get a private room someplace.
One word to describe Mo.
Only one word?
Powerful. Smart. Mo is Mr. Massachusetts.
Mo is a friend before he asks you to be his friend.
There's so many words to describe Mo.
He's bald. He's brilliant. Bald, brilliant, black. Black, brilliant, bald man.
But one thing we know about Daddy is what?
Loves Duke.
He loves his Duke Blue Devils.
You know he wears a bow tie, but what you might not know is that just on the chance he might get caught short someplace where he wants to put on the bow tie, he keeps one in his pocket at all times.
If you have never heard Mo sing, ask him to bust out the baritone for you there, and he will give you a treat, I'm sure.
A number of our friends call him Snapplecap. Mo, he has like a memorization of some of the most random facts, many of which are useless.
When Mo was appointed to the Senate seat, those of us around him said, "Mo, you can no longer be tweeting yourself," to which he immediately refused and continued to tweet frequently. I checked yesterday 6,000 times about Duke basketball, Prince, and any other random musings.
I'm personally convinced that the person who ought to play Mo is probably Denzel Washington. I mean, he's got the gravitas.
Although isn't he old now? Is Denzel older now? He might be. That may not be as much of a compliment as it used to be. Sorry.
If you ask my son and daughter, Marcus and Malia, they would definitely say it would be Lawrence Fishburne.
That's easy. That would be Lawrence Fishburne in the role as Morpheus. Bald head, well-dressed.
He's a good guy.
You know, he could be. I mean, I suppose Mo's he's in the team picture, let's put it that way.
He's definitely the greatest big brother in the world, so I will say that, and I really do love him.
Maybe that depends who you ask. You should check with Stacy on that.
Stacey Cowan is by far the brightest star in the Cowan household.
Just like Mo was the first guy we went to when we knew we wanted to move to Boston, Mo is the first person I reached out to when we were looking to match up people with organizations that they were interested in.
He basically let me tag along with him, since as long as I can remember. Even when he went to college, I was in high school, and I'd go up there, and some of the greatest times of my life, and spending time with him gave me the blueprint for success.
When Governor Patrick called for him to take a job with the state, he quickly went and did that. And when he was asked to go to Washington, he did that too. And I've always just been impressed that he has put sort of civic service above his own profession in many ways.
I was visiting with my family in Washington, D.C. when Mo was a senator. And the day I was visiting was the day of the Boston Marathon bombing. You could see the just emotion and caring and the I've got to get to my job, I've got to get to Boston.
Mo walks the walk. He's committed to public service, he's committed to education, and he's committed to serving the youth, something our community desperately needs.
And while he is open to all comers from all walks of life, you always know that Mo's great big heart and very, very deep wisdom and understanding of people is paramount.
He cares about the legacy that he's leaving behind, and he wants to make sure that we are an inclusive profession, that we promote, retain, and cultivate lawyers of color.
I'd have to go with Miles and Grant. The investment that he makes as a dad, the love that he pours into them, is leaving a legacy of love.
We would just like to say to our daddy and love that we are so very proud of him, of all of his accomplishments, and his ability to just give so much to so many. Congratulations!